Imagine a morning where your first act isn't stretching to greet the sun, but reaching for your phone. A swipe, a notification, a short video. And just like that, your mind is swept into a vortex before you even realize the day has begun. You aren't lazy, nor do you lack willpower. The truth is much more bitter. Your brain has been hijacked by a sophisticated biological system where every tap is a sugar-coated poison called dopamine. We live in an era where silence has become a fear, and the ability to sit still with one's own thoughts has become a luxury superpower. Dopamine is often mistaken for the happiness hormone, but in reality, it is the hormone of craving. It doesn't satisfy you, it only makes you want more and more. When you scroll through social media, your brain isn't getting happier, it's just getting hungrier. It's a hunger that has no end. In the past, dopamine helped our ancestors hunt and survive. Today, it is exploited to exhaustion by algorithms. As expert Andrew Huberman warned, when baseline dopamine levels are pushed too high by cheap stimulation, sustainable joys like reading a book or deep conversations suddenly become dull and tasteless. Look at Elon Musk. Before building the SpaceX empire, he worked 100 hours a week and slept on the factory floor. The difference in people like Musk isn't that they have more dopamine, but that they have the ability to delay gratification. They accept present pain for long-term achievement. If Musk had chosen instant comfort, the dreams of conquering space would have vanished at the very start. The lesson is clear. The brain needs empty spaces and harsh challenges for dopamine to function as a guide, rather than just a cheap entertainment tool. Technology's invasion of the nervous system isn't loud. It's quiet and sweet. Every app you use is a miniature casino designed by the brightest minds in Silicon Valley. Their only goal is to keep you there as long as possible. The algorithm doesn't care about your inner peace, it only cares about your time and attention. Tristan Harris, former Google design ethicist, was right. The phone in your pocket is a behavior manipulation system. When you become accustomed to constant attention switching, your brain loses its capacity for deep focus. You end up exhausted but unproductive, busy but soul empty. Even Jack Dorsey, creator of Twitter, had to admit the terrible impact of his creation. He had to actively distance himself from technology, take long walks, and meditate to find himself again. If even the creator of the system is threatened by it, what chance do we, the users, have without awakening? Every time you open your phone because you're bored, you're teaching your brain that discomfort must be extinguished immediately. But it is precisely in that discomfort and boredom that creativity and big ideas find the soil to sprout. The ability to focus is becoming the rarest skill of the 21st century. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, pointed out that every time you are interrupted, your brain pays a heavy biological price to return to productivity. Remember J.K. Rowling? In her days of poverty, she wrote Harry Potter in noisy cafes while her baby slept. She didn't wait for inspiration. She created it by staying with her imaginary world for hours on end. Focus is not a gift from heaven. It is a muscle that needs to be trained in stillness. Today, there is a new kind of addiction called invisible addiction. It doesn't look like alcohol or gambling. It looks like fake busyness and information overconsumption. You still go to work and socialize, but inside, you've become dependent on small doses of dopamine. You deny it by saying, everyone does it. But as Dr. Gabor Mate said, addiction is a way of escaping emotional pain. We use phones to avoid loneliness, fear of failure, or emptiness. The price is a total weakening of our ability to endure real emotions. Tim Ferriss, a master of performance, also fell into this trap. He was obsessed with knowing everything, listening to every podcast, and reading every article for fear of falling behind. Only when he stopped and accepted slowness did he find balance. Success won't save you from addiction. Only awareness can. When you think you're resting by scrolling, you're actually draining your brain even more. It's not physical fatigue, it's neurological exhaustion. Social media also amplifies another toxic instinct, comparison. Our brains weren't designed to compare ourselves to millions of people. When you see someone's perfect life on a screen, dopamine highlights the gap between your reality and their illusion. It creates envy and a sense of lack. Selena Gomez, one of the most followed people, had to leave social media to save her mental health. The lesson is, the more you are exposed to idealized images, the harder it is to feel satisfied with what you have. Your motivation hasn't vanished, it's been stolen by easy rewards. Michael Phelps, the greatest Olympian, fell into deep depression when he had no goals left to pursue. When effort is detached from meaning, everything becomes empty. Motivation doesn't live in the result, it lives in the journey. To reclaim it, you must restore the order, Effort first, reward second. Discipline is the same, it's not a tense war of will. It's a matter of environmental design. As James Clear said, don't make your willpower work instead of your environment. If your workspace is full of distractions, you're asking your brain for the unnatural. The most disciplined people, like Kobe Bryant, didn't rely on inspiration. They built systems and habits so that practice became the only option. Modern discipline is knowing how to choose less to do more. The dopamine detox trend is often misunderstood as self-torture. In reality, it is the restoration of the brain's sensitivity. Don't try to cut out all joy overnight. Learn to accept slow joys like navel ravicant, reading, walking, and reflecting. When the brain recovers its natural sensitivity, a peaceful afternoon will bring you more happiness than 1,000 likes on social media. Rebuilding the brain is a quiet process. It starts with accepting the restlessness when there's no phone, accepting the boredom of a difficult task. This is the sign the brain is relearning how to pay attention. Warren Buffett spends most of his day just reading and thinking. His greatest competitive advantage is the ability to sit still. Depth is an accumulated asset, not a result of speed. Ultimately, living slowly isn't falling behind, it's going in the right direction. Speed helps you go far, but slowness helps you stay on path. Follow Steve Jobs, simplify your life to focus on what truly matters. Speed doesn't create vision, space and silence do. Getting 1% better every day is not a far-off slogan. It's choosing to put the phone down and pick up a book. It's choosing to be fully present in a conversation. You don't need to be the fastest, you just need to be the most profound. The journey to find yourself starts now when you decide that your attention is your most precious possession. Start protecting it. Slow down a bit to see that you are truly living.